Hello again, everybody. Toby Burrell here for an exciting night of Swain High Volleyball. And I'll tell you what, it has been a long time coming, about 8 months since we were last with you. And I'm joined tonight by my good friend, Hall of Famer Gary Ayers. And Gary, I can't think of a better night than the first night of being able to play for us to kick things off here with the Lady Devils and a conference matchup with Cherokee.
You know, it has been so long, Toby. I mean, we look back and obviously so many sports were not played back in the spring because of the COVID virus, obviously. So many seniors were brokenhearted. I know coaches, you felt the same way. So many people were just left feeling very empty with the way the spring sports season and now even the fall sports season. But finally, at least we get to play something. And we have a great matchup here between our Lady Devils and, of course, Cherokee High School in conference play. So unlike sometimes in a normal regular season where we might play non-conference games, every game is big from start to finish.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. There is no prelims. You're straight in it everywhere you go. And but I tell you what, with all the drawbacks, Gary, that you hit the nail on the head a minute ago, at least we're playing. And that's all that matters. Kids right now playing, you see them out there warming up, they've got to wear masks. Okay, wear masks. Right. We're getting to play. It doesn't matter. No fans in the stands yet. They're going to filter their way in here a little bit at a time. You can see probably over on the other side. I'm sure Joe can get a shot of it later on when we go to the other camera of the S's that are taped on the bleachers 6 feet apart for fans to sit. The JV game just ended. Swain won that one 2-0. You were able to watch it here on the Maroon Devils Network. Those fans have filtered out. Now the varsity fans will filter in for the varsity game while the varsity teams warm up. We got about a minute left in this first warm-up session. We're going to be in and out with you the whole way with pregame. And we want to let the Maroon Devils Network watchers know that all year long our intent is to cover all the games just like we have tonight with video of the JV and middle school and then our regular broadcast of the varsity game with announcers. So that's how it's set to go this year, and we're even going to go on the road some, Gary, and try to get as many away games as we can. And the reason being, the whole reason why we, and you and I talked about this beforehand, decided to not charge for this so that grandparents and parents could watch.
Hey, and I think obviously that's so big for family to be able to watch their family members play because otherwise there's just no other way. This is the only way that a family can be involved and see these kids play. And you're right, that's so important because, I mean, these kids have been practicing. I know their season is limited. It's compacted, if you will, into these conference games before we get into the playoffs. So I hope that the parents, the grandparents, the aunts, uncles, brothers, sisters, whatever the family structure is, I hope they appreciate that at least they can watch it here on the Maroon Devils Network.
Well, and I'll tell you what happened along the way. We were intent on making sure that we tried to help Coach Blankenship and Coach Moore in the athletic programs a little bit, and you and I even cut a promo to the fact that we were going to charge for these. And last week, the Lady Devils went to Blue Ridge and scrimmaged, and I happened to catch it on Facebook Live. One of the folks there was streaming it on Facebook Live, and it was like being at the game in a way in that there were people walking in front of you. You could hear everybody around them talking, and every once in a while you'd forget to turn your head and watch the play. And I thought to myself, why on earth are we doing this? We have the best method of broadcasting games in the state probably, and we're just going to sit on it when these folks at home, grandparents, parents, need this now more than ever.
Yes.
And I went in the next day and we made the changes right away, and have to eat a little crow about it. That's all right. We're doing the right thing as far as I'm concerned now, and being able to bring this home. And it was proven to me in the first game, middle school game, first time we've ever done a middle school game. We just did the video, but it was a clean video feed that folks could watch the game. We had 65 people watch. And so we don't know what the numbers are for this one, but we're excited to have Cherokee in town. We hope their folks are watching as well. And we're just happy to bring it to this community so that they can watch their kids play.
Absolutely, and that's really what it's all about. And, we see it all the time at the collegiate level, the NFL level, NBA, whatever the professional sports level is. There's always an outlet for you to somehow find the game you want to watch and watch it. And hopefully we can do the same here at Swain County High School for our fans who have been so dedicated and those family members who want to see their kids play because, hey, there's only a small window of opportunity that you can see your family members play before they graduate or whatever the situation is. So we want to make them available so they can see what's going on.
Well, and we're going to do this throughout. Whatever sports we get in, we're going to do this. And again, we think it's the right thing to do. But that being said, Gary, there's also that double-edged sword of with only 25 folks in the stands, that's revenue out of Coach Blankenship and the Swain High Athletics pocket that has to pay for officials and things of that nature. So down the road from this, as soon as we figure out the appropriate venue to be able to do so, we're going to put up some donation pages so that folks at home who are watching, if they feel so led that they want to help the kids out a little bit, they can put some money in that. And we feel like that's a much better way to go at this juncture than being able to have to charge and limit how many people can watch these contests. So just kind of keep an eye out for that down the road, and we'll have something up on that as soon as we can figure out the best venue to get the most amount of money we can for our athletic programs. And, it's worth saying, too, and I know you're going to hit on some of these facts as we move forward, but we're going to give it a shot for cross country on Wednesday, and we're going to be back here on Thursday for volleyball action in that one as well.
Yeah, and I think that's the way to go, Toby, because obviously some people might not be able to afford a monthly fee, and we understand that, while other people probably can donate to their heart's content. And that's the way it should be. People that can contribute, wonderful. So we appreciate their support, and we appreciate people watching here online tonight because I think we're going to have some good volleyball.
I think you're right. The middle school game, highly entertaining. Swain came away with a 2-0 win. It was 25-19 and 25-19. And the JVs for Swain also with a 2-0 win, but it was well played on both sides of the spectrum considering what these two communities and two schools and the kids have been able to do since March 13th when everything went on hiatus. It was pretty good, entertaining volleyball.
It really was, and I think we're going to see that because, as you know, these two schools, no matter what they're playing, whether it's volleyball, football, softball, or ice hockey, these two schools like to go at each other because we have sometimes relatives playing against each other. And so I think this is always a good rivalry, and this is a good sports to get online.
Well, the Lady Devils, Gary, really have their work cut out for them tonight, to be honest with you, because they return one starter out of their 6. They've got one back, but it's a pretty important one in Jenna Marr back for her senior season. But that means everybody else is getting familiar with their roles and what they're doing on the court and positions and so forth. And all sights will turn here in a little while to the sophomore setter, Kirsten Smith, who gets her first varsity start tonight. And it'll be an important one because somebody's got to put the ball up in the air for Jenna and the hitters to take a swing at.
Hey, that's it. You gotta make that good set so those hitters can do what they do. And obviously Jenna Marr, who has accepted a scholarship to go play down at Lenore Rhyme, is outstanding, one of our best volleyball players ever. But again, it's not just about one person. You got, 6 or 7 kids out there, and they've all got to contribute.
Well, that's true, and you need somebody to take a little bit of that heat off of Jenna. Otherwise, defenses will load up to stop her. And I think the Lady Devils with Coach Kayla McMahon have that, Gary, in that they have 2 juniors moving up from a very successful run on the JV squad. And these two have really done well in other sports. And so I look for big things out of Maisie Heltman and Savannah Smith tonight, 2 of the other primary hitters in this lineup. And they have really grown in the last year or so, especially on the basketball court. But I look for it to translate. Success on one court always leads to success in other places for high school athletes, I believe.
Oh, no doubt. And you're talking about that experience. Obviously, we have several seniors on this team, but just because they're seniors doesn't mean that they have played a lot of reps, if you will. So hopefully the seniors will be leaders on this Lady Devil volleyball team as we get this season underway.
Well, we're just another warm-up period, I believe, away from that. Some of the things going on, you've seen some of the fans filter in over there on the other side from the varsity. We have a staff on hand that wipes every seat down in between games so that we're safety conscious. You'll notice when we pan down to the two teams that their benches, each seat is separated by 6 feet. And the ladies, of course, wearing face masks. There's plenty of hand sanitizer available. I saw one of the coaches going around to our players a minute ago squirting their hands with hand sanitizer. So safety, the utmost priority, and it's really been put into focus in that these kids, these students, these athletes want to finish their season, and they know for that to happen, COVID can't be in the building. You know what I'm saying?
You said it. I mean, we've seen it happen already in college football, especially in the Power 5 schools. For example, last Saturday in the Southeastern Conference, 8 teams, which amounted to 4 games, could not be played because of the COVID virus. And at the high school level, if you have 1 or 2 kids with the virus, that pretty much wipes out your whole team because of all the protocols involved with that.
Well, we can assure 6-foot social distancing, except when they're on the court. And they're going to be closer than 6 feet on the court. That's the nature of the game, and they're going to be that way for longer than 15 minutes in all likelihood. So they've got to take every precaution they can in the foreground before and during to ensure that this thing goes as far as they can take it.
And a lot of teams, we've seen it again this season in college football, a lot of teams have had problems with the virus, but some teams haven't. And it just seems that the teams who have been so methodical and so particular with their testing, with staying away from the possible outlets for COVID virus, those are the teams that have avoided the virus. And hopefully we can get the numbers all across the country going in the right direction, because right now, if you watch the evening news, almost every state in the nation, the numbers are going not in the right direction.
Yeah, you're right there, and that's concerning for athletics. There's no doubt about it. But, hey, on the plus side, we're playing volleyball tonight.
That's it.
And that's awesome. To round up for folks who may not be aware of how things are going to operate here this year, the only 2 sports in town are cross country and volleyball. That's it. And that's on a trial basis. Basketball is slated to start next. That's down the road a bit when that happens. We've got those dates that we can share with them along the way, but It will be the next one. And the questions that are on everybody's mind out there probably is, are there going to be overlapping sports? Yes, there is.
Sure.
Will there be same season sports like volleyball and basketball played on the same week? Yeah, probably.
Yes.
Will the playoffs overlap into other seasons? Absolutely. But there'll be less teams in the playoffs. So it's going to be harder to get there for everybody involved. But there's going to be overlap, and that's going to be a problem for a lot of schools. But let me tell you, as a coach at Swain, that Coach Neil Blankenship put his foot down early on and had a meeting with all the coaches saying that we are going to share athletes, and you are going to make it work. There's no way around it. You're going to have to work together. There's not going to be an ultimatum coming from one of you saying that child, that student, that athlete has to choose. That's not going to happen. So you're going to see a lot of that.
Right.
And so far the parents have been very forgiving, as there's been early morning practices to avoid an afternoon practice, and that's going to continue as we get into December, as we get into January when soccer comes on board. It's going to continue to bloom, and then when March rolls around, if we're lucky enough to get there, it's going to get crazy.
Oh, no doubt. I was talking to a coach earlier who I will not name, and they were talking about a particular athlete. I think in 1 week, I think they have an event every day for 5 straight days. I think the way the seasons overlap in cross country and volleyball and basketball, I think that particular athlete literally had an event every day, 5 straight days. Yeah. So that's something that can't be avoided, but at least some of those athletes that play multiple sports will get a chance to compete in all those sports.
Right. And that is, of course, the $1 million key is competition. We're playing games, and that's all we can ask for, folks. As a coach who had his season cut off, my season ended March 13th. I remember it vividly. We practiced right here in this gym, and it was the last time I saw my kids until graduation when I got to see my seniors. And that's because the High School Athletic Association mandated that we couldn't be around them. And I get that, because there are some unethical coaches who don't care about things like that. But it was tough.
Oh, I'm sure.
And so for them to be able to see some of them out here tonight and to see them compete does good for my heart.
Absolutely. That's what it's all about.
That's what it's about.
When you're a coach and you care about your players, I mean, it's just like they're your kids, they're your family, and you want to see them, you want to be around them, and you want good things for them.
Yeah, and the down part of that, it's like I told somebody, I said the down part to all that was that when my athletes needed me the most, I couldn't be around them.
Right.
Because that was the toughest time they've ever gone through in their life, is to have their sport end 2 games in and have to walk off and never see their teammates again, except in a casual setting if they're lucky.
Yeah, and that's just really, really, really hard. And if anybody out there has ever played sports, you can fully understand how difficult that is. As we see the Cherokee girls out on the floor warming up, and our Lady Devils watching them warm up. And as we were kind of joking before we came on the air for this pregame, if you will, I think volleyball might have one of the longest warm-ups in all of high school sports.
Yeah, they're going to outlast our pregame show because we didn't come with that much material. And as good as you and I are at talking, we're not going to enough to fill all of it. So I'll tell you what, folks, we're going to step away and we'll come back in just a few minutes, and we'll have starting lineups and volleyball action coming your way. Stay tuned on the Maroon Devils Network. Good evening. Is that coming through at all? Good evening. It is our distinct pleasure to welcome you tonight to Swain County High School. Check, check. Check. There we are. Good evening. And it is our distinct pleasure to welcome you tonight to Swain County High School for tonight's volleyball action. At this time, we'd like to pay tribute to this great nation of ours with the playing of our national anthem. We ask all in attendance to please rise, remove all headwear, and all talking and other distractions cease. Sorry for the delay, but if you're waiting for me to sing it, it's not going to happen. Please remember it's been 8 months since we've done this, so it's going to take a little bit of practice. And now let's meet our starting lineups for tonight's women's varsity contest. First, for our friends from Cherokee, number 1, Emma Wolf. Number 6, Donna Thompson. Number 7, Aria Forrest. Number 8, Loshi Ward. Number 10, Phoebe Radler. And number 14, Vivian Ross. And now for your starters and reserves for our Lady Devils. Number 2, Kirsten Smith. Number 3, Faith Parker. Number 4, Braden Taylor. Number 5, Maisie Heltman. Number 7, Jenna Marr. Number 11, Keely Eagleman. Number 13, Jessica Lohman. Number 14, Savannah Smith. Number 20, Isabel Green. Number 21, Julie Smith. And number 22, Hannah Epperson. And here we are, ladies and gentlemen, ready for tonight's volleyball action, the first of the season. It will be Jessica Lohman to serve for our Lady Devils. Braden Taylor is waiting to substitute in as libero, and in for the Braves, Zoe Walkingstick as their libero. We've set your starting lineups for you, and we are ready to get underway here at Swain High School. Lohman serve up and over, the Braves with it. Good pass, good set. It's over Marr with the first, and they're going to call her for over the net. That did not look that way to our vantage point, but we have a really good vantage point here, Gary.
I'll tell you, nothing new. I have a feeling Jenna Marr is so fired up to play because she has to feel good about her opportunity to play at the next level at Lenoir-Rhyne, and I just think she's going to have a very good season here in 2020.
Well, I know part of her junior season was cut short with a bad ankle injury that cost her some time, so here's hoping she stays healthy. First serve on the way from the Braves, and that was Shaylin Barker with it. Back set to Marr, tips it right into place.
Yep.
And Smith with the assist and Marr with the kill, and that's just exactly what Coach Kayla McMahon wants to see out of her Lady Devils, and now it'll be Hannah Epperson, the senior, to serve for the Lady Devils. Tied up at 1 early going here on the Maroon Devils Network. Epperson down the line. Played there by Ross. Now it's up. Left-handed shot on the way. Dug out by Taylor. Well done. And that one, Heltman a little behind it. But what a great job that time by Braden Taylor to dig that up off the floor. And it's 2-1 Braves. To serve it will be Aria Forrest for the Braves, a junior. She's up and over. That one's there. Lohman can't make it, and the Braves off to a 3-1 lead here.
One thing I've noticed, Toby, a lot of maroon out there tonight on both sides of the net.
Yeah, a little different shade, but maroon nonetheless.
Yes.
Forrest to serve it again for the Lady Braves. That one's short in the net, and Swain will take over the serve here. Taylor checks out. Savannah Smith checks in. And Marr, just like that, goes to the back line. Last year, Jenna, one of the more successful servers on the Maroon Lady Devils team, and there's one just in for an ace. And what a way to start your senior season with an ace right off the bat.
And if you've noticed, watching any volleyball at any level, the teams that do well and are successful, their service is outstanding.
And not only outstanding, but pinpoint where they want it.
Yes.
Right at the weak spots on defense. A second ace for Marr, and the Lady Devils with their first lead of the night at 4-3, and she'll go back to the service line again. On the front line for the Lady Devils, it's Heltman and Smith, along with Kirsten Smith. That one's over. Savannah with a pass, and now Kirsten has to run for it. Back set to Marr. She can't get her feet set, and it'll be back to the Braves. This Brave team looks much improved from what it was last year.
You're right. Last year, our Lady Devils had no trouble in winning, but tonight, obviously, Cherokee coming in looking strong early in this first set.
Number 9, Creedon Arch will check in for the Braves. She's a freshman. And number 12, Mackenzie Reed checks in as well. Reed is a junior. And Reed will go to the front row, and Arch will serve it for the Braves with the score tied at 4 here early on, game 1, best of 5 from Swain High School. Hard down the line. Epperson and Lohman and Marr watch that sail long, and it'll be back to a 1-point advantage for the Lady Devils. And to serve it now will be Kirsten Smith, the lone sophomore on this Lady Devils squad. She is their setter. Jump serve from Smith to the back row, played nicely. Now Arch will set it to the outside, and the dink attempt by Reed falls short, and the Lady Devils now with their largest lead of the night at 2.
And Toby, you've got to wonder, we've seen a couple of serves go long. You've got to wonder, you think that adrenaline is pumping here in this first game?
You know it is. You know it's pumping. Smith with a good serve down the line, played there by Barker, and now Cherokee will free ball it over. Epperson with the pass. Smith good in the middle to Savannah Smith. They are sisters, by the way. Epperson steps in and takes that. Now Kirsten punches it over, and the Braves will have to free ball it and dunked it right in the right spot. That was Loshi Ward. And I hope I've got Miss Ward's name correct. Is Loshi. I said Loshi, but I think it's Loshi, L-O-S-H-I. And now the libero comes in, walking stick to serve, and we got another sub as Phoebe Radler, who started this game, will check in for Barker, and we have serve during the middle of substitution.
Going to have a do-over.
Hang on. Yeah, we'll hang on. We'll try that again.
Yeah, from the old movie Stand By Me, that's a do-over.
Yeah. So Barker is out, Radler is in to play the front row, and it will be walking stick to serve it for the Braves. That one's deep. Marr with it, sits with it, long pass. Smith can't tip it over, and it will be a point to the Braves, and we're tied back up at 6.
And so much of that is timing from the back row when it's going into the net like that. Timing is everything.
And that was a good hard one. Epperson with the pass. Smith has to go into the stands to get it. Can't. And Heltman stops short of running up into the bleachers and getting that one, and the Braves back on top.
Joanna McMahon saved her camera as she was right in the line of fire.
It's a walking stick again to serve it. And she pulls it back out. Epperson got that one over. Walking stick has to run in and save it. Now Lohman with it. Marr passes it back to the front. Smith taps it over. Picked up off the floor, and they can't get it. Nice job there, though, by Creedon Arch, as she was all over the floor to get to that one, but couldn't get it up high enough for her teammates to do anything with, and it will be Maisie Heltman at the service line for the Lady Devils.
Tough match here early.
Good volleyball for the first match of the season by both squads. Heltman serve a little bit off there, and that'll be point to the Braves. And it is worth pointing out, again, Gary, we mentioned it in pregame, that on the floor right now are 5 new starters for the Lady Devils along with Jenna Marr. So it's going to take them a few games to figure things out, if you will. Good pass by Marr. Smith sets outside to Savannah Smith, cross court, pulled out of there by Arch, back up by Reed, and then across by walking stick. Now Smith resets the offense. Epperson on the left side tips it over, and now it will be Forrest there. Another nice pass by Epperson, back to her again by Smith. And now Arch sets it outside to Forrest. Forrest has got it. Epperson sits with it. Savannah Smith got it and punched across nicely by Phoebe Radler, and it's 9-7 rather, in favor of the Braves.
And you talked about that, Toby, talking about 5 new starters. Chemistry is so big in any sport, and that will come, but it's hard to have it in the first match.
Oh, it is, especially with only 2 weeks of practice.
Yeah.
Which these girls have been working out a little longer than that, some people will say, and it's true, but a workout doesn't constitute practice.
You said it.
It's hard to get timing in a workout. Forrest cross court, that's long and out. So the Lady Devils will go back to the service line with Savannah Smith. That almost got the bench over here. Matt pegged Johnny on the spot with that flag call. He did a great job with that one. Got to call him out. So Savannah Smith will serve it now for the Lady Devils. 9-8 your score. Soft over. Arch has got it. Now walking stick steps up, and Forrest hits it, but not enough to get that one over, and we're tied again at 9. So Smith to serve it again. And let's see if Savannah can go on a run here to put the Lady Devils a little bit of comfort room. That one's soft and over. Walking stick steps into it but can't get it. And sometimes the spin on those soft ones are harder than a rocket shot at you to make a good pass and play on.
Oh, you said it. And the way it's going right now, neither team can really get the momentum in their favor early.
Yeah, it's been back and forth. Smith to serve it again. This one hard down the line. Picked up over there but can't be played, as Mackenzie Reed had a little bit of trouble with it on whether to bump it low or set it with a high, and it ends up being a point for the Lady Devils. You will notice also, as part of the safety precautions, those balls are being wiped off with a disinfectant solution over there, with 3 balls rotating in for them to play with. So as we said in the pregame, all the safety precautions being taken that possibly can be by this squad. Again, the soft serve paying off for Savannah Smith, who has shot the Lady Devils out to a 3-0 lead, and there's our first time out of the night. We're going to stay right here with it, Gary. We got about a minute, and it's a good time as any to talk a little bit about what's coming up.
Oh, it's going to be a busy week, and coming up, as a matter of fact, this Wednesday, cross country opens their season with a home meet. This will be middle school and varsity, and the teams involved will be Cherokee, Highlands, and Rosman. This event will not be streamed live, but we will have the meet the next day on Thursday here on the Maroon Devils Network. Then on Thursday, volleyball will be hosting Andrews in what will be middle school and varsity only. Both will be covered live here on the Maroon Devils Network on Thursday. So we have cross country Wednesday with a broadcast coming on Thursday, and then Thursday volleyball with middle school and varsity only, and both live right here on the Maroon Devils Network. So Joe Holt's going to have a busy week, I think.
Yeah, he is. There's no doubt about it. We're going to get you start times on that middle school match. I don't know if they start at 5 varsity at 6, or if it's the other way around. They start at 4 and varsity at 5. So we'll get you start times on that and let you know what that's going to be. So the Lady Devils now have completed it and are on that run we talked about. 4 points so far from Savannah Smith's serves, and the Braves had a lot of trouble with Savannah's serves.
No doubt.
And that's a set to the outside. Forrest will take a whack at it. It's off the block by Lohman and Marr. Lohman now will set Marr, and Marr hammers that one and has got it down. So Jenna Marr's second kill is more her style, an emphatic one off the block, and that extends the lead to the biggest of the night for either team at 14-9.
Got a run going here. It was 9-9, and all of a sudden a 5-0 run by the Lady Devils.
All behind Smith. A good short serve again. It's picked back up. Now hit over on the floor is Smith, but she couldn't pop it up enough, and that breaks the tide as it was a big run there by the Lady Devils. Let's see if they can hold on to it. Smith comes out. Braden Taylor checks in, and on the Cherokee side, we've got Donna Thompson and Emma Wolf returning to the lineup.
And, Toby, I think that was the first 5-0 run by either team.
It was.
It had been just a point or two separating the two teams up to 9-9.
Yeah, it had been nip and tuck there for a long time, and Swain able to put together something that rallied them. Lohman with a good pass out of that. Smith sets Epperson to the outside. She goes down the line. That's played off of walking stick, and Hannah Epperson with a kill of her own there. And that gives Swain the serve back and makes it a 5-point advantage again. Jessica Lohman to serve it for the Lady Devils. Steps into the serve. Good hard knuckleball to the back row. And now here comes the close set for Force. She couldn't handle it off the Donna Thompson set. And now Swain to a 6-point lead and their largest of the evening.
Talking about Hannah Epperson, she has been busy on that front row doing a great job.
She's been very active.
Yes.
All the way around with good passes, and she got paid off with a good kill there just a second ago, which is good to see for Hannah.
And the Braves right now having problems with the net. Right now, that's one of their worst enemies.
And passing out of their service receive has been a sore spot, too, for these to be able to get into any kind of attack. That was a little deep by Lohman, and he'll give the Braves a serve. And this is where they've been more effective, is serving the ball rather than coming off of service receive.
Now Shayla Barker coming in for the Braves. Also checking in is going to be Loshi Ward, the freshman.
So Barker in to serve and play the back row. And now she will go to work on the back line of Lohman Heltman, who makes a nice pass there. Smith's got it. Lohman from the back row. That one's out of bounds, played over there by the Braves, and a good break for Swain.
Some of those out of bounds plays, as we know, Toby, and just about any sport, they can be really, really tough to get it back in for a good pass and set.
Epperson to serve it now. Good hard serve by Hannah. Nicely played by Barker on the outside there. And there's Marr with a block, solo block. They'll try it again, and they can't get it pushed. And it's just getting in Loshi Ward's head there was Jenna Marr with a huge wingspan over that net. And Marr comes away with her first block. And Ward couldn't do anything with it. I think we've got a timeout Cherokee.
Yep.
We do. It's timeout Cherokee. It's their second and final timeout of this first one. Gives us a chance to talk about a couple more things here as we move forward with that. Big week for Jenna Marr the last 2 weeks leading up into this season. You know, Jenna signed on the first day of signing.
And outstanding, Toby, as we're so proud to announce that senior Jenna Marr has signed with Lenoir-Rhyne University to continue her volleyball career. And Marr, of course, is the daughter of Jeff and Jody Marr, has been a standout on the Lady Devil volleyball team for the past 2 years and will begin her senior campaign tonight in the first play. But two-time All-Smoky Mountain Conference selection, as well as a two-time All-Western North Carolina honorable mention and two-time team MVP.
And big things expected out of Jenna. And I know one of the biggest things in talking with Coach Neil Blankenship earlier on is that she has been outstanding in her leadership role from the end of last season until the beginning of this in terms of workouts and being at every one and encouraging and being around the team. And they were just tickled to death with her leadership. And you see that out here with this younger squad already paying huge dividends. There's a good dink by Marr, another kill on her ledger, a soft one again, but nonetheless, it puts Swain back up.
And talking about Jenna Marr, Toby, in case you haven't heard, she was named Swain High School's Heisman Award winner for 2020 and 2021.
Hannah laid a wallop into that one. Just a little bit long. She's laughing under that mask, folks, if you know Hannah.
Yeah. Talking about Jenna Marr, one of her biggest fans over there. Her dad, Jeff Marr, he never misses a game.
It's a good pass by Lohman. Now Smith with it. Epperson takes it over. Good volley that time by the Lady Devils. Right at Smith. Doesn't deter them any. Helpman with an attack. And Maisie again back at the block. And nothing out of it. There's Marr with a block, and Jenna's going to get her first block.
Whew, that was sweet.
In outstanding fashion there. And now Swain has built a 9-point advantage.
Jenna, and I know this is an old cliche, but she is a force at the net.
Oh, yeah. Pretty good on the back row, too.
Yes.
She's a good all-around volleyball player. Good serve there, right at Barker. Barker's got it outside to Ross. She softs it over. Now Smith to Smith. And that one's picked up nicely by Forrest. And the sweep dink by Ward doesn't make it across. And that will make it a 10-point advantage for the Lady Devils, who have pulled away since that 9-9 mark.
Yes. Went on that 5-0 run to make it 14-9 and still rolling.
Good serve down the line. Barker with it. Pass, and now it'll be free balled over. Swain with a chance to attack. On the floor with it was Marr. Oh. And Smith could not get that one over, so that breaks the service of Marr and gives it back to the Braves right here. And quickly up off the bench is Creedon Arch and Mackenzie Reed. And again, they've got Thompson and Wolf for front row, back row play there. It'll be Reed on the front row and Arch to serve it for the Braves. Game one, if you're just joining us, thanks for tuning in.
Yes.
On an exciting night of having high school athletics back in our lives, and thankfully, I know I'm glad to see it, Gary. I don't know about you.
I am tickled pink or tickled maroon. Let me get the color right.
Absolutely. Nice pass that time by Epperson, who's been stellar so far tonight on that line. Now Helpman with another dink. She's having a little trouble getting her feet under some of those sets. And now here's Smith with it again to the middle to Savannah Smith. And again, soft over. So far the Helpman-Smith line has been unable to put any mustard on it, if you will, and I think that will come. Again, that's two new starters.
Yes. In
new roles, and they will get ultra aggressive when the time comes. I've seen it before out of these two young ladies, and they will. So Kirsten Smith back to the service line. Swain looking for 2 points to end this, and Smith cuts that one too fine across court, and it will be Braves serve. And in again is Phoebe Radler, and that will be for Shaylin Barker. Radler will play the front row where Barker was on the back row, and to serve it will be the libero, Zoe Walkingstick. That one's deep. Mars got it. Good pass. Smith steps into it. Cross court to Lohman, and they're going to call Kirsten for a double hit there. This official has been really keen on that for all three games so far, as setters having two hands active. So Helpman, Epperson, and Marr on the back row. It'll be Marr. Good pass to Smith. Back to Helpman on that back row. And again, that's an odd place for Maisie to hit from. is swinging around on that right side. She will get that eventually, and when she does, look out, everybody.
Yeah.
It's going to be on.
Yeah, she can bring it.
And there's a short serve by Walking Stick, and the Lady Devils are at game point here in this first game. Keela Eagleman's going to sub in. One of the seniors, she's going to get Heltman for a serve here with 1 point left in this one. So Keeley in for Maisie on that outside play, and Keeley will serve set point here for the Lady Devils while Coach McMahon and Maisie talk a little bit about probably relaxing some.
I'd say adrenaline is pumping.
Yeah, good serve by Eagleman, and that's played by the Braves. Arch with a set in the middle to Reed, pulled over, and Kirsten does not get to that one. And so we are back to Cherokee serve, where they have been more effective than they have on service receive. Braves to serve it. It will be Vivian Ross, a junior for Cherokee. That one's deep. Marr steps into it. Great pass. Back set to Lohman in the middle. She goes to the back row. Arch has got it. Then that's set up close. Lohman's got it. Must have hit the standard, and that's going to do us for game one, 25-17 in the first one in favor of Swain. And we'll take a short break and be back with you for game two in just a few moments.
Grab the pen and sign. Grab the pen and sign.
And we're back, folks. Second set almost underway. Swain taking the first two games in this, the middle school game 2-0, the JV game 2-0, and now have taken game one of this varsity action, the first action in the state. Everybody playing tonight. It's the first game in a long time, so everybody's anxious to get this underway. A lot of positive stuff coming out of this. WLOS is here covering us tonight. That's always a good thing.
Yes.
That they're here.
And don't forget, attendance limited to 25 people, and a lot of folks think that is a Swain High call. No, folks, that is mandated by the state North Carolina High School Athletic Association, and which we must abide by.
And honestly, it's not even their call. It's the Department of Health and Human Services that told them it would be 25.
There you go.
So,
led by Governor Cooper.
Yeah, and it was pretty much a panic situation last week when they said 10. And fortunately, the High School Athletic Association did get a hold of Department of Health and Human Services, and they got that ironed out to where we could get 25. So we're underway here in game two. The Braves serve it. That's Donna Thompson with it. Swain will free ball it over, and the Braves with a perfect opportunity to attack here. And that's a little too close to the net for Forrest from Wolf, who's in there to set as we start this one. And it'll be Lohman, Jessica, to serve for the Lady Devils, who are off to the lead here to start with. Jessica steps into that one, cross court, a little too fine, and it's out of bounds. Service error on the Lady Devils. And here comes Shaylin Barker into the game for Rattler. And right back into it is Loshi Ward for Zoe Walkingstick, the libero for the Braves.
And don't forget, fans, volleyball will be right back here Thursday, hosting Andrews Middle School and varsity only, both covered live right here.
Barker to serve it. It's over, and Taylor with a good pass right there. Smith steps into it to the outside to Marr. Cross court picked up by Barker. Now set to the outside to Forrest off the block, and Heltman can't get there. So Forrest records that kill and gives the Braves an advantage here in the second set. Barker to serve it again. Let's see if she can go on a roll similar to Savannah Smith's roll. Nope, that one's going to be short. And it will be Epperson to serve it for the Lady Devils. Hannah, one of the seniors on this squad, along with Jessica Lohman, Keely Eagleman, Jenna Marr, and Faith Parker.
Several seniors here on this team.
Passed up, good pass that time. Nicely played by Heltman to get a good hand on that. That one's power dinked over. Smith has got it. Now Lohman saves it back up. Heltman on the run, pushes it over, and they got her with having her hand up in the air.
And it's amazing. Some of the rules that a lot of fans don't realize are out there, Toby, that we're seeing being called tonight.
Yeah. Well, it's the first game, first match for everybody.
Yes.
And
everybody's a little rusty.
I have my own New Year's resolution to take it easy on officials. So I hope to make it at least past tonight, because we are grateful that they are out here in this pandemic and able to, willing and able to help out.
Yes.
And let our student athletes play. Jenna Marr with a hard serve right at Barker. And that one's going to be close.
Ooh.
Cherokee couldn't do anything with that one, so Marr puts the Lady Devils back on top here at 4-3, and Marr will serve it again. And when Jenna gets going good, it's almost like a spike from the service line when she hammers it. And there's another one right at the back row, and it's going to be close and unable to play it. And two straight from Marr.
I tell you, Toby, that ball comes in almost like a sinking fastball.
Oh, absolutely.
It comes across hard, and it drops.
It drops a good 5 feet when she's hammering it from back there. And there she takes it off with a changeup. And Epperson's pass is a little too long. Hit that time off the stanchion and unable to play it. And that really helps the Braves out in being able to break that serve of Jenna Marr, because she can do some real damage with that thing.
She has a good variety of pitches, so to speak, from a baseball vernacular.
Cherokee with their normal rotation substitutions here. Arch will come in to serve, and it will be Mackenzie Reed again to go to the front line. And I feel like those are the only Cherokee player names I'm saying because they sub in. But we're doing the best we can. It's our first game too, folks. There's this ace on the Cherokee side from Creedon Arch. And Arch is a freshman, Gary, so the Braves are playing her and Loshi Ward, number 8, both are freshmen in this lineup. So they've got some folks for the long haul here.
Yes, playing a lot.
Smith outside to Smith, and it's blocked. Smith will line it up again this time. Heltman will power dink it over. And there's Arch again to the outside. They take it over soft. Lohman's got it. Smith hustles to the pass. Back to the Lohman. Blocked. Smith picks it up and gets it back over. So here we go again. That one's power dink. Smith blocks it.
Good work.
At the net. Now Lohman steps in. They're going to have to hustle for it. Stepping in is Epperson. Good pass.
Just
Maisie
out.
got a hold of that one, but it's just out down the line. And she went fine down that line with it and couldn't quite get it to stay. And so the Braves go back in front by 1. That's been their biggest lead so far in this second set. Arch to serve it. That one's deep and out.
But you were talking about Smith. Some good play there on that point before this one. Some good work up front.
Yeah, they did a great job on that line.
Yes.
And this time it will be Smith with a serve. Good hard one. And that's the other freshman. No, that's a junior, Forrest. I'm sorry. Now Smith will set it to her sister, and Savannah with the kill.
Good shot.
And a good placement kill that time by Smith.
That's it. So much of that, as you mentioned, Toby, is placement of that ball. And when you can have a soft placement like that and put it right where you want it, it's just almost impossible to come back with.
It's frustrating from the defensive standpoint
Yes.
because you can't cover the entire court.
You're right.
And now it'll be some confusion, but the Braves get it over, and it's out of bounds. And it will be a point to the Lady Devils. And so Swain with a 2-point advantage. I think that's been their largest here in the second set.
This one's starting just like the first set when it was 9-9. Then the Lady Devils went on a 5-0 run to really take the upper hand.
And it's really, believe it or not, it's a lot about rotations when you get in that situation. You can catch them in a favorable rotation and make some hay when that happens, and I think that was the case.
Ooh.
And there's Maisie hammering one, as we said she could do and would do. Nicely played by the Braves. And now Smith will hammer.
Too hard.
And she takes a rip at it. But that's okay. You love to see the aggressive nature from this line in particular.
Yep, the accuracy will come.
Absolutely.
As you look around the gym here tonight, you can see the mask obviously everywhere, and that's a requirement for the attendance here. So everything is being strictly monitored, if you will.
All safety precautions being followed to make it as safe an environment as we can possibly make it for both squads, and so that their seasons can continue. There's a good serve by Walking Stick. Mars got it. Pass outside to Lohman. She tips it in the middle, and Jessie Lohman has got another kill on her resume, and Swain with a 2-point advantage back.
And Toby, from what I can understand, talking about safety precautions, that even goes on the bus rides to away games, separating the players inside the bus.
It does. They have to sit one to a seat, just like we do for school. And that's going to cause us some bus problems down the road, but
Yes.
it's okay. We'll deal with it. Back set for Lohman. She takes that over, and that's Forrest. Back set over here to Reed. Picked up by Smith. Now Smith will punch it over after Lohman saves it. And that one's close off the block. Smith pulls it out. And stepping in there is Heltman to get it over. A good scramble volley this time by both squads. That one doesn't make it over. And we're up to a 3-point advantage. I think that's the largest of this set.
Yes.
Maisie Heltman will go back to the service line and look to push the Lady Devils ahead. They've reached 10, and that's where it happened last time.
You're right. Went on a nice run. Let's see if that happens here.
We were close to this same rotation because it was Savannah Smith that was serving at the time that made it the big run for the Lady Devils. Good job by Marr getting on the floor to pick that one up. That one's across, but right there is Heltman. And now back set, Lohman dishes it over. Great save that time by Walking Stick. And the Braves just missed out.
Yep, a lot of bodies on the floor tonight, Toby, as we saw Jenna Marr on the previous hit. And again, as you mentioned, Zoe Walking Stick doing the same for Cherokee, putting it all on the floor.
So we got a little confusion here. The ball hit the net, then hit the Swain player. And again, first game for everybody. So,
officials too.
Officials too.
Yep.
Heltman with another serve. This one's a floater. You can see it go across your screen and read the label on the ball. It was not floating so well. And Lohman punches that one right into the hole. And Jessie Lohman doing a good job with placement there. And extends the Lady Devils lead to 5. And this has been that magic point as we talked about.
Yes.
Smith should rotate to serve next. So one rotation spot ahead of where it happened last time. And the Lady Devils have caught the Lady Braves in a soft spot, it would appear. There it is again, an ace from Heltman.
Yeah, Maisie doing a good job with that serve. And Toby, you're talking about officials. I know all across the state and the nation, for that matter, high school officials are hard to come by. So if you have any interest in doing that, I'm sure they would love to hear from you.
Absolutely, and it is a
there just aren't enough.
thankless art.
It is. It is.
You catch it from all sides, but that's why I'm turning over a new leaf. Do my best this year to stay off their case a little bit, because we do appreciate the fact that they're out here doing this tonight. And I know in the Softball Association we were struggling for officials at the end of in the middle of last season, and it's not going to be better this year just because of the fact that everybody wants to yell at you, and nobody likes your strike zone. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what you call.
You're right. It's a tough thing to do, and you don't get rich obviously doing it. But if you have an interest, I'm sure the Officials Association would love to hear from you. I think you can go on actually the website NCHSAA, and they have some information regarding those possibilities if you have an interest.
Yeah, and it's pretty good side money too, to be honest with you, on the side. A little bit of a hassle putting up with stuff sometimes. But. So we return to action here after the timeout. A 6-point lead it has ballooned to for the Lady Devils, and Maisie Heltman has been the culprit there on the service line, and she's got another one. That's a side spinner, and it goes right back to the Braves. Pulled out of there by Smith. Lohman gets called for the 2 hits. So. Yep. Tough break for Jessie there, and it will be Cherokee serve, whereas we said tonight they've been much more effective with serve than they have been with service receive. It will be Heltman, Marr, and Epperson on the back row for the serve. Epperson's got it. Good pass from Hannah. Smith back sets it to Smith. Down the line, Walking Stick's got that. And now Arch up front couldn't catch the number of that one over there. Epperson has to race in and bump it over. And that's hit from Reed. Smith sets Smith, and a little long and out on that one from Savannah.
But again, Lady Devils hanging on to this 4-point lead at 13-9.
Vivian Ross to serve it, Marr to pass it. It's a little long, and Smith couldn't do anything with that. And we've got a mistake by the down official. It'll be Cherokee point, as Swain couldn't play it anyway.
Yeah.
So no harm, no foul on that one.
Yeah, that one on the net.
We weren't going to get that one anyway. So Cherokee has cut this lead to 3 behind Vivian Ross, who serves again. Nice floater. Mars long with that pass again. And Smith almost has to eat that one.
Yep.
And we've cut the lead down to 2 right here.
Lady Devils have got to make a defensive stop here.
Ross to serve it again. This one's long and out.
That'll do it.
That stopped the run, and that'll be Savannah Smith, who is the server who pushed Swain over the top in the first set. She'll serve again here, the junior middle hitter, and there's the floater. Ross hustles in to get that, and that'll be punched over, and that's end of the standard from Rattler, and it will be a point for Swain. And then back to the line goes Smith. Another floater, and this one's short, picked up.
Wow.
And again, Savannah.
Good serving.
Good serve. Great placement there. And she'll go back again. Coach Kayla McMahon signaling to her behind the notepad where she wants to serve. This one's hard, and Reed plays it. Now that is Arch pushed over by Rattler, and that's a back set to Lohman. She gets it. But could not get to the block in time to save it. And so it will be Cherokee serve. Braden Taylor in for Savannah Smith. And now we've got on the Cherokee side, Thompson and Wolf back in for Arch and Reed.
And a good play over the Toby on that previous hit by Area Forrest, the junior for Cherokee.
It was, and changed the service here and got Savannah Smith off that line. Savannah had done so much damage in that other rotation. Now Donna Thompson will try her hand for the Braves. Nice pass by Heltman. Smith has to run for it. Sets Taylor, who gets a swipe at one. Braden as a libero doesn't get to attack very often.
Too
and now
deep.
she steps back on the line and lets that one go out of bounds, and it will be Swain serve. Jessie Lohman to the line for the Lady Devils.
Got a little run going here.
There's another short serve. That's certainly worked all night if you can do it. Forrest with that one back. Good pass. And there's Marr with a shot at it. And she's going to get the kill.
Good pass.
So that was the first time we've got Jenna involved on the front row in this set. And it's 18-12. Lohman to serve again. Good rotation here for the Lady Devils with Marr on the front row. That one spirals down. Wolf's got it. And that was Ross with it, free balled over. Taylor saved it, and there's Marr to put it down. Marr hustles back in. Now the Braves have got to get it over, and they can't. Well played by Braden Taylor, who picked that one up off of the varnish of the floor. And we got another timeout for the Braves here.
And Toby, it's hard to believe this is our first game since March 13th. That was the date the NCHSAA halted all athletics in light of COVID-19 roughly 8 months ago. But again, don't forget, lots of good activities coming up this week. Thursday, volleyball. We're going to be hosting Andrews in what will be middle school and varsity only. Both will be covered live right here on the Maroon Devils Network. Now, coming up on Wednesday, and weather looks good Wednesday, cross country opens their season with a home meet. This will be middle school and varsity. The teams involved will be Cherokee, Highlands, and Rosman. And this event will not be streamed live, but we will have the meet the next day, Thursday, on the Maroon Devils Network. And then coming up next week, Tuesday, Swain will travel to Rosman for middle school and varsity only volleyball. Tuesday also, Swain cross-country teams will travel to Hiawassee Dam for middle school and high school meet.
Joe and I didn't tell you, Gary, but for the cross country, we had you a nice venue picked out to announce from. It was a little bitty crow's nest that was built about 10 feet off the ground, and looked almost sturdy. And I say almost, but it looked almost sturdy, and it was very, very close to being almost as nice as a scissor lift in Mount Airy.
I was going to say, was it as good as Mount Airy? I mean, that's exactly where my thought process was going. The good thing about it, it would have to be warmer anyway.
Absolutely. So Jesse Lohman with a pair of aces while we talk about crow's nests. And the Braves got that one over free. Taylor steps into the pass. Smith with it. And she goes outside to Epperson, and that's just a little bit high for Hannah to get that one going, and that will stem the tide and also bring Shaylin Barker back into the lineup for the Braves to serve it. And it's 21-13 now for you here. And we got a sub on this side as Faith Parker is going to check in for Jesse Lohman. Faith, one of our seniors. So she's going to see some action on the back row here for Jesse Lohman. It'll be Parker, Taylor, and Heltman on the back row for the Devils to receive Barker's serve. Shaylin, good hard serve right at Taylor. Taylor's got it. Back set over there to Epperson. Epperson goes off the block and gets the kill. Good job by Hannah to get that one down.
Good teamwork here.
Well played. Now it'll be Epperson back to the service line. Looking to serve the Lady Devils out, who need 3 to close out this game. That one's soft over, but Epperson's right there. Another spot-on pass for her.
Ooh.
And hello, Jenna.
That thing came in about 100 miles an hour.
Well done for Marr.
You just can't play those.
No. Epperson with a floater down the line, played over there by Ross. She's got it in, and there's the attack picked up by Heltman. Smith saves it but can't get it all the way up, and that will break that serve at 23 and give it back to the Braves, and it'll be Area Forrest, a junior, to serve for Cherokee at this point. Good hard serve right at Epperson. Another spot on pass by Hannah, and now they call 2 hits on Kirsten Smith on the set. And now we're going back to Forrest again, as this one is Cherokee trying to eat into that double-digit lead, has it down to 8, and that's long and out for Forrest. And we'll put Swain at set point for Jenna Marr. Marr with 4 aces on the night so far by my unofficial tally, looking for her 5th to close out the Braves here in this set. Walking stick with it, it's over. Smith plays it. Now the other Smith plays it. Marr from the back row couldn't get her feet set. And that will be point to the Braves.
24-16. Talking about Jenna Marr going to Lenore Ryan. If my memory serves me correctly, I think a young lady named Kayla Crawley also took that same trek into college athletics.
She did at LR. There's a different coaching set down there now, from my understanding. And they were very high on Jenna from the get-go, and very tickled to bring her into the fold. And that's going to do us for the second set and make it 25-16 Swain in that one. And as we take a break between set 2 and 3, we'll take it along with them for a few moments. We'll be right back.
Fans, welcome back as our Lady Devils lead 2-0 here over the Cherokee Braves tonight. And some of you are aware of this already. Some of you might not be. And we just want to say congratulations to our own Neil Blankenship. The Charlie Adams Distinguished Service Award is presented in memory of longtime executive director of the North Carolina High School Athletic Association, Charlie Adams, and is given to one athletic director in each of the 8 regions in the state. Neil Blankenship has been named the Charlie Adams Distinguished Service Award winner for Region 8. And Coach Blankenship was cited for always going above and beyond the expectations for his position and his support of high school athletic activities throughout the state. We want to say congratulations to Coach B, and I can't think of anybody more deserving.
Well, it's a good award, and nice for us to be able to recognize him. And one of the real benefits that we've had, and the Smoky Mountain Conference too has had throughout all of this, is that Coach Blankenship is still a member of the board of directors for the High School Athletic Association. So he's been part of all these conversations that have gone on, which has really helped make sure that our areas, which is usually so underrepresented, gets represented.
Absolutely.
So here we go. Set number 3 underway. Jesse Lohman doing the serve. And Cherokee free ball that one right into a Jenna Marr block.
Good way to start.
So Jenna's on the board with a block there, and Swain off to his early start in this one. Again, we'll be back with you Thursday for more volleyball action as Andrews is in town, and then Swain hits the road next week. And we'll let you know what our coverage plans are for that as we head to – that one's down by Marr as the week – next week. I'll get it out eventually. We head to Murphy and to Rosman for 2 key matchups. As you alluded to in the pregame, you know, everything matters now.
There's no easy non-conference games on the schedule, folks. Oh. Well, what a shot right into Donna Thompson. And like I say, in Donna's defense, you just can't handle those kind of shots.
No, you pretty much got to wear it. And Lohman will serve cross court, and that one is not going to make it over.
Nope.
So 4-0 run to start this one, and things couldn't have, just when you thought it couldn't get much worse for Cherokee, it has to open this third set. And Jesse Lohman is the server that has reaped the rewards here for the Lady Devils. Another hard one over. And Lohman, that one's picked up by Taylor. Mar with the power dink, and you're like, what in the world have I got to do?
Perfect placement.
Yeah.
You can't defend those either.
Yeah.
It's either a crushing spike in your face or she hits it where you can't get it.
And timeout Cherokee is, we might have guessed would happen. And also along the way, Gary, Jenna was also named the Citizen Times Ingles Athlete of the Week for her efforts prior to the start of the season. So that was a nice award, a nice little interview with Jenna that appeared on there, and she was also the Heisman winner for Swain County High School.
I tell you, so many great awards. As we mentioned already, 2-time All-Smoky Mountain Conference, 2-time All-Western North Carolina honorable mention, 2-time team MVP, listed as the Citizen Times Athlete of the Week, and as you mentioned, one of the preseason players to watch, and also was recognized as the Heisman High School Scholarship presented by Acceptance Insurance.
We also should refer to her as Madam President because she's also a student body president. So we'll get her title straight. We'll play a little hail to the chief as she comes out.
You better believe it.
It'd be great.
Yes. But I'd say with Jeff Marr over there watching his daughter at home, she's still Jenna, right?
Yeah, I think so. Jesse goes a little long with that one, and that's going to break serve for the Braves. 5-1 your score. Barker is set to check back in, as is Loshi Ward for Zoe Walking Stick. And Barker will do the serve.
One thing I've noticed too, even the folks over here on the sideline, on the bench, if you will, are practicing social distancing on the sideline.
Yes, all chairs 6 feet apart and staggered. Heltman with a nice pass to Smith there, sets up Marr, and there's another one. They get it back over, though. Taylor picks it up off the varnish, and now Marr goes at it again, and she's got this one.
It's good when you can have the touch and the power.
Absolutely, but the thing that gets lost in all of that is the save by Braden Taylor right there, picking that thing up off of the floor, and not only being able to get it up off the floor, but getting it in such a position so that Kirsten Smith can set the hitter. That has always been one of the trademarks of a Swain team, is those back row players being able to make that pinpoint pass to the setter so that their offense can get going.
That's it. That's where it starts.
Keely Eagleman into the lineup, and she steps right in with a perfect pass of her own, back set to Marr. She misjumped, found the right spot, and then Smith saves it. Marr punches it over. Not the prettiest volleyball you're ever going to see, but effective.
It works.
Now Marr gets a piece of that one. Eagleman saves it. Back to the front, Marr punches that one over, and we're still at it. One of the longer volleys of the night. Taylor to the floor again. Smith punches it over. Back set, block. Can they pick it up? No, they cannot. And so Jenna Marr and Maisie Heltman both with a block out of that.
And as you mentioned, Braden Taylor saved the day on her good play from the back.
And that was another diving stop by her and pinpoint passes. I like to call out those great passes. Eagleman had one there as well. Good soft serve by Keeley, and that one's over. Braves look to attack. They punch it over. Smith's got to play it. Now Lohman has to set it. Goes outside to Heltman. Heltman finds the line. Nicely done right there by Maisie Heltman, who's on the board in this set with a kill of her own.
I tell you, when you're on defense, those are just impossible.
Yeah, it's just well placed. You're running, and you just can't get there.
That's it.
Eagleman to serve it again. She's been the hot server since entering the lineup here. That one's back set. Heltman's right there. Passed back to Lohman. She punches it over. Now the Braves to attack. They go outside, and there's a block again. Solo block by Marr, and she's got another one. Piling up the stat sheet now is Jenna Marr. 8-point advantage for the Lady Devils.
And tell me, this one is starting off totally opposite of what we saw in the first two.
Absolutely. Almost as if you can see the Lady Devils begin to get confidence in what they're doing and relaxing a little bit, turning it into volleyball. And the same combination, again, we talked about this earlier, is sometimes you get in a rotation and you really have the other team at a disadvantage. This rotation right now with Heltman and Marr on the front row, and these passes from the back row folks has really got the Braves in a bad spot.
You're right. Serve a little long, so Cherokee will get it back, but again, the front row play, the last few points have been very impressive.
And now the Braves will serve it, but again, Swain counters that with a back row that is passed exceptionally well here in this set. And so in that case, they have pass, set, kill to get served back. So 4 serves, a good knuckleball. Lohman with it has to punch it over to get it. And now the Braves a chance to attack. They can't get anything out of it. Heltman's got it. Smith sets Marr. Marr has to jump over Smith almost to get it. And now cross court, Lohman's sitting right where she's supposed to be. Set to Marr again. Smith and Marr having trouble getting their timing down, but it's still a kill. And that timing is going to come, and when it does, it's going to be scary.
Yes, nice soft touch there by Jenna. At least, as you mentioned, putting it where they can't get to it.
Yep. That's senior leadership there. It's not necessarily going to be a hammer every time, but get scoring points for your team. And that one's a little bit long. And so now the front row takes a little different look. And it's Savannah Smith, Maisie Heltman, along with Kirsten Smith as the setter. And it's important for this line to produce as well, because then you can't stack everything against Marr's line.
Creedon Arch and Mackenzie Reed coming in now for Cherokee. Got to keep fresh people in there constantly.
We're in set number 3, 25-17 and 25-16 with your scores in set 1 and 2. This one could close it out if the Lady Devils can run this one on out. That's a tough pass for Eagleman, and that will be a point for the Braves. And another serve for Creedon Arch, one of those 2 freshmen that the Braves have on the floor right now. There's a better pass. That one's pushed over by Smith. Picked up, pushed back over. Mars with it. Smith pushes that one over. And now the Braves with a chance to attack. They go to the middle, but can't get anything out of it. Smith now sets up to the outside to Heltman. Maisie with a left hand. Almost got that one down. The Braves can't get it back over. And so with that one,
early lead, 12-4 now. Lady Devils over Cherokee.
Kirsten Smith to serve it for the Lady Devils. Jump serve by Kirsten. That one's over and good. And now the back set over there for the lefty, and that was a good shot over there by Loshi Ward. And remember, folks, that was 2 freshmen combining right there. So things looking up for the Braves volleyball program. Those 2 are going to be around for 3 more years doing that sort of thing, and it looked good.
That was good play. And again, you hit it right where nobody can get it.
So now it will be Heltman, Marr, and Eagleman on the back row for Swain, and walking stick to serve. High floater to Heltman. Good pass. Set to the middle to Savannah Smith, and that is out. Just out.
Just out.
And the Cherokee line judge a little confused about which line was in, and fortunately she corrected that. That way she didn't have to walk back, I think.
That's it.
That might have ended up, and that one is in.
Yeah.
An ace served there by Walking Stick, who has reeled off 2 points now for the Braves.
And they're not giving up after being behind early.
No, they're not. And looking at their roster, they have 4 seniors out of their 11 players, so they're well set for future. Smith just catching that a little bit too high up top instead of out in front of her body. And that 3-point run will have a timeout by Coach Kayla McMahon. And we're at 12-8 now in this one, moving forward. And worth saying, a lot of our folks at home are used to hearing you and I talk about pregame shows on football during this time of year. Football will be coming around in February this year, I believe.
Oh, man.
I did have a sheet on that. I don't know what I've done with it now.
Unbelievable.
Oh, right, here it is.
Yeah, it's really crazy, Toby, the way things have played out. But that's the hand we're dealt, and that's what we're going to play.
February 8th.
February 8th for football.
First practice.
For first practice, first game is going to be away at Cherokee. Speaking of Cherokee, on February 26th, we're going to be playing an 8-game regular season schedule, or checked at 7 games, and there are no non-conference games, if you will. Then the playoffs begin April 16th.
That's provided you make it.
Yes, and it's going to be tougher to make it this year.
A lot tougher.
And basketball will start first game right after the holidays, January 5th. And who else? Cherokee there, too.
I'm sensing a theme. Walking stick serve is a little long. Marr walks it back to the back line and lets it drop, and that will be service break for the Lady Devils. And very quickly off the bench is another one of our seniors, Isabel Green. She will check in for Keely Eagleman to play the front row here. So Green, with her first action of the night, goes in on the front row with Savannah Smith and Jessica Lohman, while Maisie Heltman will go to the service line. Marr and Smith will patrol the back line. Jump serve by Heltman.
Good serve.
One. And the Braves get it over. Nicely played by Smith. Now Lohman has to set it up. Does so. Green steps in with a nice pass over. So welcome to the game, Isabel. That one's saved by Heltman. Back set to Lohman. Lohman cross court. Nicely placed by Lohman. And you begin to see things starting to gel just a little bit for these Lady Devils.
Good passing.
And there's Green on the attack. She hammers it. Almost got it down. But good pickup by the Braves. Love the aggression by Green coming into the game. That one's off. Green will have to pass it. Does so. Smith will take it over. Arch has got it to walking stick. They go back outside. Reed punches it over. Now Smith steps in with a set. A little back for assist, and she couldn't get it, but she gets that one.
Good work. Good work up front by Savannah Smith.
She cleaned up the mess on the net there and gave the Lady Devils another point. It'll be Heltman back to the service line.
I think that's one of the longer volleys we've seen all night.
It was actually well played.
It was.
It was a good job by the Braves to pick up that hit by Green. And I know the coaching staff was excited for Green to have that hit fresh into the ball game. And that one's
that serve hard to handle.
Going to be an ace for Heltman. And that pushes us up to 15-8. Successful night so far for Lady Devil Volleyball as they've won the middle school, they've won the JV, and they're up 2-0 in this varsity contest. Heltman across court, picked up over there by Reed, set to the middle. That one's pushed deep. No, that was Reed. My bad.
Ooh.
Not quite as successful on that one. And it will be back to Vivian Ross, who I misidentified just a second ago as Reed. My apologies to Vivian. And she serves this one nicely at Marr. Good pass, but a little bit long again. And that one is able to get over. And it'll be a point to Swain. Nope, point to, I don't know. I have no idea what to
Well, the officials had kind of a difference of opinion on that call, so now they're going to give it to Cherokee.
No idea.
The official on the far side had it going to Swain. The official on this side said Cherokee, and there was a little back and forth. And
how about we just replay it? That's a thing in volleyball. You just do it over.
There we go.
Just do it over. I don't know if that's what we're doing or not, but.
Well, it stays 16-9, and we're going to serve.
Smith to serve it. She goes hard to the back row. That's out.
Yep.
That's one of the few service errors that Savannah has had tonight. She's been stellar from that line. Braden Taylor checks in for her. And Taylor also has been stellar from that back line tonight. For the first game, Gary, the passing of this Lady Devil team has been very, very good.
It has been solid, and I think that's that along with the play of the front line and some good saves by the back line have really made the difference here tonight.
Absolutely. So serving now will be Donna Thompson. Oh, wow. And a net violation, unfortunately. It's a point for Swain. It just won't be able to count Jenna's kill.
And again, good passing again on that play. 17-10 now.
Lohman to serve it. Deep. Walking stick saves it. Up top, Force pushes it over, and that the rare block error there for Marr. And the usual subs for the Braves. That's Ward and Barker. On the back row for Swain will be Heltman, Taylor, and Lohman to do the passing. And in front row is Isabel Green and Jenna Marr. The only two up there right now that will attack. There's Smith. She pops it up to Marr. Marr stops because she comes too far and gets that one to go anyway.
Perfect shot. Nobody back there, and she placed it just perfectly.
Again, that's a senior right there, stopping and adjusting her body to get to a set that she couldn't hit.
That's it. And placing it where nobody could get to it for Cherokee.
Hannah Epperson back into the match for Swain for Isabel Green. Hannah will serve it now with Swain on top by 7. Barker with the pass, set to the outside, and that's Reed blocked over there by Marr. And this particular set has been all Jenna Marr. I've got her for 7 kills and 4 blocks unofficially. Julie Smith and Faith Parker will come into the lineup. Julie is a junior. She's going to get Maisie Helpman out. And Faith Parker, who we saw earlier for Lohman, is coming in again for Jessie Lohman. And so that's going to be everybody for Swain.
Get some
having
reps.
Seen the floor tonight and got some playing time.
And that's important, Toby, as you know, being a coach yourself, getting those reps during actual game time is really big.
Absolutely. Epperson with the serve, and that was a home run shot right there if it made it over, but it just didn't quite have enough to get over that net.
Just caught the top of the net.
So Parker, Epperson, and Taylor will do the passing now. That one's up, and there's Epperson. She, again, has just been spot on, Gary.
Yes. Oh.
There's Marr again.
The force continues.
Well, if you're looking for her to be dominant, she's been dominant in this third set.
Yes.
Now she goes to the service line with Swain up 8, looking to serve this match out. There's an ace to add to this quarter. Check that. It's not football. This is a set, not a quarter. Sorry.
It's the third quarter.
It's timeout, Cherokee.
And speaking of other sports, Toby, cross country opening up their season this Wednesday with a home meet, and this will be middle school and varsity. The teams involved will be Cherokee, Highlands, and Rosman coming to town. And this event will not be streamed live on Wednesday, but we will have the meet the next day on Thursday here on the Maroon Devils Network. And speaking of Thursday, volleyball continues Thursday as we host Andrews in what will be middle school and varsity only this Thursday. Both will be covered live here on the Maroon Devils Network. Then next week, Tuesday, Swain will travel to Rosman for middle school and varsity only volleyball. This will not be covered live, but will be available on Wednesday. Also on Tuesday, November 24, Swain cross-country teams will travel to Hiawassee Dam for a middle school and high school meet. This event not covered on the Maroon Devil Network at this time. And then Wednesday before Thanksgiving, volleyball will travel to Murphy, middle school JV and varsity playing on that day. And back to live action here. Cherokee with a good play, but our Lady Devils recovering and getting it over the net. How about that? Man, I think we got a little net action on that one, Toby.
I think so.
That was tough play.
Hustle play all the way around on that one.
It was.
And there's Marr with another serve. Nicely played in there by Forrest outside to Ross. That one doesn't make it across, and Swain now inching closer to match point. Walking stick will check in for Barker, and Jenna Marr will look to serve the next 2 points and put her team over the top. And there's another ace.
One more.
And now it's match point for the Lady Devils here at 24-12. And Marr to serve it again, looking to put her team over the top. Hammer to the back row, and Ace does it. And Swain takes it 25-12 in the third game and sweeps Cherokee 3-0 tonight to go 1-0 on the season. The JV team also 1-0. Middle school team as well 1-0. So a great first night back into athletics for Swain County High School and Swain Middle School with wins all the way around.
Oh, no doubt, Toby. And it seems like the Lady Devil volleyball team got a little more chemistry, if you will, each set here tonight. That third set, very impressive. Started off close, but it just kept going Swain's way the rest of the night in that third set, and they never looked back and finished really strong.
Yeah, it's almost as if you could see them grow as the match went on, and each game getting a little bit more confident in what they're doing and a little more relaxed. Sometimes to be able to do the things you need to do, you need to relax and let yourself do it like you've been coached to, and they were able to do that as the match went on, and it was evident from up here and hopefully evident at home that we got better as the match went on. And it's the whole season's going to be about what teams do to try to stop Jenna and how they load up and what we do to react. And so I think tonight was the first first volley in that, if you will, for volleyball.
I think you're right. And the passing was, I think, a big key in the wins here tonight. We had good passing. We had good play from the back line. We didn't see a lot of mistakes where the Devils beat the Devils, so to speak.
Right,
so
right.
Not a lot of mistakes here.
Well, it was a good night of volleyball all the way around, and more importantly, it was a good night of getting back to what we do normally, which is play athletics and let young people play and enjoy themselves and grow as individuals. This is as an important part of growing as a young person. And so to be able to see us back and doing this, even under restricted measures, is just awesome.
Oh, no doubt. I guarantee you every player on each team here tonight will tell you it's so good to play, and I know they've had limited practice situations here coming into this match tonight, but hey, we got a lot more volleyball coming up. As a matter of fact, we turn right around and play again on Thursday. So, hey, the season is underway, and let's hope we can keep it rolling. We hope this virus stays out of the gymnasiums, and these athletes can play.
Absolutely, no doubt about it. Well, thanks for joining us here on the Maroon Devils Network. We're committed to being here all season long for you throughout the remainder of the sports season. Ever how long that lasts, we're going to be here and bring all of it we can to you so that you can enjoy what these folks are doing out on the court. We wish you the very best. Thanks for joining us here tonight. We'll see you again on Thursday.